All right, so here's Robie all finished and ready to go. So he's all whitened up and put back together. There were a few changes since the last video. In the last video I uploaded, I did not have a sensor here in the chest, and I ended up going back and putting the sensor in the chest because it's necessary. Now the reason it's necessary is the two sensors down here that determine right and left work great unless there's something up here like a chair or a table that Robie can't go through. These sensors won't see it and he'll try to go through it. This sensor here is making sure that he knows that in this general area he can't pass through anything. If the distance on this sensor gets to a minimum point, it just shuts everything down, has him turn around and head in a different direction. So he does pretty good at avoiding objects. And he does a pretty good job when he locks himself into a corner. We'll see what happens over here. Really complicated area. So he knows he can't fit in there, so he's got to find a way out. And he usually does a pretty good job of that. So we have Robie set up as voice controlled, which is great. But why can't Robie be mind controlled? What I'm going to be doing with Robie or a R2-D2 toy that I have that is Bluetooth enabled, I'm going to be taking a Force Trainer 2 headset that is an EEG brain-computer interface and controlling the robot with brain waves wirelessly using the Force Trainer 2 head unit. And that is sort of where my interest is right now in brain-computer interfaces using EEG. And so I'd like to get him brain-controlled, or at least the R2-D2 unit that I have brain-controlled in a very basic way. So we're going to dovetail out of the Robie videos and go for pure brain-controlled robots soon after the Robie project is finished. So please subscribe and stay tuned for that. This is a really cool project. I'm going to show you a really simple way to do it first, and then we're going to get into a more sophisticated version of it. All right, I'll have to do a little video freehand here. This is the headset for the Force Trainer 2, which is always cool when it's Star Wars branded. Over here we have the Arduino that is running the program to interpret the EEG brainwave data that the headset is putting out. It is going into a breadboard, only a small portion of which from here forward is handling this program. This is something else entirely you can ignore. And what we get from that on screen here, you can see the raw EEG output. The top two lines are the ones we're interested in. Since I'm not wearing the headset, I'm not getting anything on those two top straight lines. And then those 8 or 10 squiggly lines down the bottom are trying to interpret information, but the headset went and turned itself off. But this is the raw brainwave output that we're going to be working with to control robots as we move forward into new projects. So check that out. I'm going to be uploading stuff pretty soon with my first brain-controlled robot project.